As we first reported Monday, the Child First daycare locations in Sparta and Holmen are closing at the end of the week. In a statement to News 8, Child First says the Coulee region and even nationally, large daycare centers like Child First have seen shrinking use of group daycares as demographics and parental preferences for smaller, often unlicensed, in-home settings has increased. We wanted to take a look at the state of childcare in the area to see if other providers are noticing a similar trend. News 8's Kyle Dimke joins us now with that story.
Well, Lisa, for parents working full-time, childcare is a necessity, but the cost is becoming an increasingly large financial burden. In 33 states in the U.S., childcare costs more than the annual in-state tuition at a four-year public college. But rising costs don't seem to have slowed down the need for childcare locally. At the YMCA in Onalaska, there are 17 full-time staff members and plenty of part-time help in the childcare center. All of those employees are needed because the Y's childcare program is nearly at capacity.
We currently have 96 kids enrolled.
The Y only has space for 97 kids, ranging from infants to 4 years old, and each classroom has a waiting list.
It all depends. Some families get on our wait list when they're trying or when they're just expecting, and then we kind of move to move families off the wait list as openings come to our center.
And that's no surprise to staff at the Parenting Place, who, among other things, helps parents find childcare options. Early Care and Education Director Audra Weiser says finding openings for young children, especially for under 2, is always tough.
So the younger ages, it's a smaller staff-to-child ratio. So the spots are more limited in those age groups, and there tend to be waiting lists for the younger ages.
Weiser says Wisconsin has very strict staff-to-child ratios for daycares, which unfortunately causes prices to increase. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the cost of nursery school and childcare has risen 168% since 1990. But Weiser says cost shouldn't be everything you look for in a daycare provider.
We encourage them to look for the setting that's best for their child. We want them to look for references.
At the Y, enrollment in childcare has stayed nearly at capacity for almost a decade, and that isn't expected to change anytime soon.
There's always a need for childcare, I feel.
The Parenting Place has made 319 childcare referrals, to parents so far this year. There are about 140 licensed providers in La Crosse County. The Parenting Place says they hear about openings nearly every day, and almost just as quickly, they seem to be filled.
All right, thank you, Kyle. If you have any questions about childcare or finding a provider, you can contact the Parenting Place at the number at the bottom of your screen.